Welcome back. Time for a new edition of My Maine Gardens. 'Tis the season. We've all got pumpkins. Today we're going to make something a little fun, a little different. We're going to turn this pumpkin into a candy jar.
A candy jar.
I like the sounds of that.
I kid you not. This is the coolest thing. It's a very easy, fun project to do with your kids.
Okay.
So you're going to start with two important ingredients: a pumpkin.
Got it.
And a jar.
Okay, there we go. Pumpkin check, jar
Yeah.
check.
And a couple of things that are important is you want a jar that's large enough that hands can go in it. So
Yep.
test it with your hand.
There we go.
Good. And then you want a pumpkin that's large enough to accommodate a jar.
Sure.
So it has to be a medium-sized pumpkin.
Medium to large, yeah, I get that.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what you're going to do is figure out its best side, because we all have a best side. And then what I want you to do, you figure out, I think maybe that's good.
Yeah, sure.
Is you're going to take a Sharpie and you're just going to draw a circle around the jar. It doesn't have to be perfect or pretty.
Okay.
It just gives you an outline to carve the pumpkin. It's going to disappear anyway, so don't worry about
There you go.
it showing. All right. So this is the part you're going to carve out.
Yep.
And you just take any kind of knife you want and you start going around and around and around. And
Because I'm not allowed to use knives,
Yes.
we've already
I did it
done this in
for him.
advance. Thank you, Deb. Worried about my safety and my fingies, so thank you so much.
Right. So here we are. Move that over here. And you can see how I started carving it out. You can remove more of the inside if you want. In fact, why don't you get a little dirty, Brian?
Yep.
So you can use a spoon or you can use your hand and
Yeah, I'll
just
just
get in there
Yep.
and
Okay.
pull some of that out.
Yep.
And you know, it's always good to roast the seeds anyway,
Oh,
right?
delicious, right?
It's so fun. And you don't have to get all of it out, but get as much as you want because the jar is going to go in there and you won't really see inside
Okay.
anyhow.
Great. There you go. A little bit more clean than it was.
And then as you're, one thing that's important to remember, you kind of just keep zhuzhing this.
Yep.
You don't want the hole to get so big that the jar falls in.
Yeah.
Because then you'll be mad.
So you just kind of.
Yeah, it
Test
takes
run.
a little time, and then you just keep testing it.
Yep.
Like, oh, a little more. And you just keep going, especially around the inside.
Yep.
And again, it doesn't have to be perfect.
At a certain point.
I think
Yep.
we're there. Why don't you try to push the jar
Okay,
in?
there you go.
So I would push it, put it like, oh, look at you. Ta-da!
There you go, look at that.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look, isn't that
big deal.
Look at what you did. And then, if you want to, which I like,
Of course,
is
yeah.
you can take something
I'll hold it in place there.
and just glue it around.
Yep.
Okay? Anything you want. Ribbon. I like this kind of natural twine.
Yeah, sure. Looks great.
And that's really simple. Okay? And then the best part.
So you would then take said candy, put it in said jar. Look at that.
Yeah, you don't have to do one at a time.
You could do it, and then if you wanted to, okay, through the magic of television, let's do a little switcheroo, and voila. Look at that.
Isn't that gorgeous? Now, I did put a little tiny.
And just so, yeah, show the whole thing around
Show
here.
you
Look
what
at
I
that.
did in
Yeah.
the back. I did put a little V, kind of a hole back there just to let the pumpkin air out. I don't know that it's necessary, but I covered it with a gourd. So there you go. And you know what would also be really fun, Brian? You could have this as a centerpiece on your Thanksgiving table, and everybody could write something on a little piece of paper, what they're thankful for.
Sure.
Put it in there,
Yep.
and then go around the table and draw it out and read what you're thankful for.
What an idea.
I know. One more thing. This will not last forever. So I'm sharing my mistake. Last year, I left it out probably for a month. And then I was like, David, are your socks under the couch?
Oh, yeah, okay.
It started, something was smelling really
Yeah.
bad in the house.
Sure.
So, yeah, so check it. I always put it on a tray, but you can just check the bottom. If it starts getting soft, it's time to let it go.
There you go.
But it's beautiful, fun for your Halloween, Thanksgiving, fall decor.
Yeah, plenty of pumpkins in the patch, so feel free to start anew as you maybe go through the 1 month process. If you want to see this again, you can go to our website, wabi.tv, as seen at 4 p.m.